Today is the day that most of us dread, most of us fear, and most of us wonder why in the ever loving hell do we have to wait one day in order to tell the ones we love, I love you. This here is Valentine's Day, and believe it or not, I did one for the fellas, and I'm going to do one for the ladies. And the game I'm going to be playing, or rather, the game I'm going to be using for this special is The Guardian Legend. But the thing is, I'm not going to Let's Play it. Actually, it is going to be a Let's Play, but it's going to be a future Let's Play. When I actually go through the actual game, but I'm not going to go through the actual game. So with that, I'm going to bypass the story because the story right now is not important because I'm going to actually go through this in second quest mode. Now, I mentioned that I did something for the fellas, which so far I only have like two people actually. Well, actually, one person actually sharing their experience about Valentine's. And yes, I said one because nobody else. I mean. Aside from MB, who said, "Oh, this game is awesome," who totally blatantly missed the point. Only one guy actually shared. There's only one guy who basically shared what happened to him in his experience. And I do know some fellas who loathe this day. But as I said, this one is for the ladies, so to be honest, I'll give you some backstory on how I just decided just to up and do this. Well, this happened last night, you see, and while in chat and, in a stream, we were all talking about, what happened during the day's events, and I shared, what I really want to do for the ladies. So I said, well, I haven't decided what I want to do. So I figured, well, you know what? I was given a whole. I was told some good. I don't know. I got some good feedback about it. And the thing about it was, I really didn't know what I really didn't know, so I was just, guessing. So, I had some good ideas, and, I thought over in my head. I even had some bad ones. But, I figured, I might as well just do this. I might as well just pick something out that I know I can pretty much talk about. So I chose this game because I don't have to focus so much on what I'm doing here than what I'm about to say. But yes, Valentine's Day. I mean, I've shared my experience about Valentine's Day, as with many of the guys in the RCO. They've shared their experience about Valentine's Day. Now, as I mentioned, this is for the ladies, so therefore, I would expect, those of the female class to leave a comment. What to say? Alright. To those, to the women, do you often find guys offensive in the ways that they act, or, the way they look or something? I don't know. It's just a question I often wonder sometimes. I myself, I have a girlfriend. We've been together for a count of 9, borderline 10 years. We've met twice. She visited me, and I visited her. We stayed at each other's place for a count of a month each. During her time, it was, she was going through something, a definite family. When she came to visit. And when I came to visit, it was because, my book had come out, and I said, well, you know what, let me go take this time to, to take a breather and, well, get away from California for a while. It would do my brain some good, and, give me a little break from the family and all. And like I said, there was, it was, two different things, and, we were basically just pretty much hit and missing with each other. But to the ladies, the original question was, how do you view guys at some point? Really, how do you view guys at some point, It's awkward, yes, but, give me some time. I will actually ask some better questions, like, what do you see in a guy, and how do you know if said guy is boyfriend material or husband material or something like that? And I want to hear your thoughts about what you think about us guys. I really do. I really want to hear some feedback about what do you think about some guys. What do you see in an ideal mate? In a man and whatnot. And on that note, I had to share my view about the opposite race, the opposite sex, really, not the opposite race, the opposite sex. You see, in my life, the 33 years I've been living on this earth, out of which the 28 years I've been actually learning about the world, I've always been a white knight. You know, I've been suffering from white knight syndrome, you know, being too much of a good guy, you know, being chivalrous, yes, being chivalrous, heroic, and the like. I've never treated a lady any less than what she is. And there have been some women that I've encountered, and the fact that I've seen certain women act like total bitches. There are some women I've encountered that can act like total bitches. Now, I'll give a prime example. I'll give a few examples, really, not a prime example. When I used to go to church, I used to sing in the choir. Now, the fact that I sang in the choir kind of put me in the spotlight, put me in a positive note and all. And I remember there was this one woman who, I don't know, just hated my guts. For some unknown apparent reason, it's like this. She hated everybody's guts, but I mean, when I took my break for, Connecticut, I don't know, she gave me this ugly look. I mean, she gave me the most nastiest of stink eyes I've ever witnessed. And I don't know. It's like, I don't know what crawled up her asshole, but I wish she'd really put a finger in it and just, start rubbing it out. I hope she really scratches that itch she couldn't scratch in her asshole and just, get it out of her. I can never understand that. I mean, I've always been a nice guy. Oh, and the fact that she was older, yeah, that I never did understand. Like, okay, you're an older woman. I'm a struggling author. I finally get a piece of good luck in my life. I finally get a piece of good luck in my life. I managed to do a little something. Now, I can imagine if it was something like, maybe if I had said something to her that was, completely and totally out of character, but, if you really met me in person and I was in a group, and if I just didn't fit in, you'd know. But if you met me in person, I mean, I'm pretty sure you've seen me in person because of my videos, but if you actually met me in person, I don't know. I've always felt, since I was a kid, I always felt shy toward females. And I know I shouldn't even be saying, I shouldn't even be mentioning that this woman was a bitch, but she probably still is. But I don't care. I mean, I don't know what I did to her. Pretty much, I do not care what I did to her. But as I said, I was, growing up. Whenever I was around a female, I would get really, really shy, and I'd always be scared of what to say. Looking back at it now, I can say, I could talk to a female if I wanted, and I'd want to hear what's on her mind, because, I feel that, every female should be treated as the way they should be treated. They shouldn't be manhandled. They shouldn't be bullied. They should be treated like queens. They should be treated like princesses. They should be treated, they should be treated as God intended them to be. After all, women are helpers. And if women weren't around, we'd all be screwed. Because how else do you think the rest of us men got here? All thanks to a woman. All thanks to a woman. If not thanks to a woman, then there'd be no way in hell, and I do mean no way in hell, that this world could coexist without women. The only kind of woman I could never stand are those that are too high maintenance. Those that think they're holier than thou. I really can't stand any woman who thinks they're holier than thou, because really, to be honest, nobody should be thinking, oh, I'm holier than thou. I'm God's gift to men, or God's gift to women. Trust me, if the good Lord wanted you to be a true boon to mankind, you do something that's worth talking about, I mean, for God's sake, you'd probably be like Uriah from Fist of the North Star. Like, to think about it, okay, you either be Uriah or Alderin from Fist of the North Star. That's the ideal woman. That's the ideal woman I expect. I expect this woman to be a saint, or a saint or a goddess. Well, actually, an angel, I should say. Yeah, an angel. That's a better term. I would expect that that women should be treated like, the way they should be treated. They should be protected, and they shouldn't be harmed. They are a valuable asset of life that should be treated much better. They should be treated like diamonds, really. I mean, that's what I honestly feel, that women should be treated like diamonds. But there are some women out there who are, well, that want the world. I don't know about giving you the world, babe, but, I'll give you a nice slice of heaven, I mean, that's all I can do. I can probably give you a nice slice of heaven, But all you have to do is ask. And since I live in California, it's rare to see a good woman, especially in my neck of the woods. What I mean by a good woman? A good woman, aside from my mom. I mean, a woman that is, whose beauty shines not only in, but outward as well. What she does, you can only feel admired from a distance, or far too close, or close, rather. I mean, I honestly feel there should be more women out there like that. And one thing I never did understand is why every woman, or why every girl, that I ever saw on TV or in an anime or a movie or whatever has to be a Phyllis. I mean, if it's to build tension, you're already building enough tension as is. I mean, no offense, but, to us guys, we need to know. Do you like us? Do you love us? We have to know. We can't read minds, so you are going to have to do the job and let us know if you like us or not. I mean, it's just that simple. I mean, no offense, but, I for one, I'd like to know if I'm doing a good job, because to me, feedback is important. If I'm doing a bad job, I'd like to know so I can do a better job. I mean, that's the way I operate. I mean, really, that's the way I really do operate. I operate just like that. I mean, that's the way I am. I mean, aside from that, I could say this, yeah. There are some females out there that act so Phyllis that it's almost sickening. It's almost sickening. I mean, I know there's some guys out there that can be decisive, but women too can be decisive. Well, I shouldn't say decisive, indecisive, I should say. There are some women out there that can be so indecisive that it just turns the guy off. I mean, you think it's easy being... I mean, we know it's not easy being a woman. But how do you think us guys feel? It's not easy being a guy because we're simple. We're simple sometimes. Another thing is, and I've heard this before, I've heard this to some women who've been jilted or hurt. Men are shit. Now really, ladies, you shouldn't say something like men are shit even if you did get your feelings hurt once in the past. I mean, I feel this way. Nobody should actually give up on love, but I also feel that nobody should harbor any ill feelings toward anybody, regardless of belief, sex, creed, or whatever. I mean, to me, it's a universal law, you know. Even though you might feel hurt or you might feel jilted at one point, because there are some women out there that can't get over the past and they fear of getting hurt again, so they close their heart. And it's like an automatic reflex, you know, which I totally understand. You know, it happens. I've been that way myself. I understand about, you know, heaven have no fury like a woman's scorn. And the pain of being hurt, yeah, that's a thing. That's really a thing that nobody could ever get over, whether you're a man or woman, gay, lesbian, bi, hetero, homo. It doesn't matter. You're still a person. And love can sometimes sometimes in love you have to take a risk. It's like when you convey your feelings to somebody, you're taking a risk on if this person actually likes you or not. And I'm probably the only guy who can actually ever say this and be so sensitive about it. I mean, I've met quite a few females that just don't like a sensitive guy. I mean, I'm quite sensitive, but you know, the thing is, I am sensitive toward, you know, somebody else's feeling. You know, like I said, I'm the type of guy who values what this person thinks. You know, whatever's on their mind. You know, I rather this. If there's something on your mind, don't hold it in. Let it be known. That's what my late grandmother said. She told me to always speak my piece. And regardless of who likes it or whoever not likes it, whether they like it or not, it has to be said. So this is what I'm doing. I'm saying what needs to be said. I mean, to some of the women out there with the big egos, and you're wondering why a guy, why you can never find a good guy just for you. Well, consider this. Consider this. You wonder why a guy would why certain guys wouldn't ever think of going out with a woman with a inflated ego. And you always hear, well, what's she got that I haven't got? Oh, there are a lot of things some women got that, you know, some women have that, you know, others don't. Namely, you know, being human. You know, instead of being like Miss Diva, maybe you should just be yourself instead of trying to be someone you're not. I mean, you know, it's bad enough we got Snooki, Honey Boo Boo, and Kim Kardashian out there, and And even some of these young pop starlets out there, I mean, it can, it's bad enough that, it's bad enough that this generation of women don't have enough positive role models. I mean, hell, in the video game universe, oh, how many role models are there? We got Chun-Li, we got Samus Aran. Lara Croft. I believe her name was Naruto from Heavenly Sword. I think that's her name. I mean, women these days aren't damsels in distress. I understand that. Yes, I'm talking, and yes, I had to say it, yeah. They're damsels in distress, and then... I mean, there are so many women that I could possibly pop off at the top of my head thinking, okay, they can be role models. But the kind of message they have to serve, it has to be inspirational. Like, I think the most inspirational person that every woman should try to take notes after is Maya Angelou. Really, I do mean it. I feel, some positive role model, someone who actually speaks their mind and makes a difference. And what their words would convey would ring true, especially to this generation. Now, there have been plenty of women that, I mean, there are different types of women that, I have noticed through the years. And in certain categories, you have the following. You have the Phyllis, the Princess Peach, Olive Oil, the Disney Princess, and the ones I mentioned earlier, those who are in the media just to be in the media, who aren't doing not a goddamn thing to help their community, let alone the world. And I went over to Phyllis. And the Phyllis is really an overly shy person. A Phyllis is basically what 90% of what you see on TV is. Some female who really can't convey their feelings to the guy she likes, she's head over heels for. And for most times you've seen it in anime and movies and TV shows and such. Then you got the olive oil, which are the most fickle women ever known. I mean, if anybody remembers Olive Oil, you can see how fickle she was, because every time she went out with Popeye, she always had a wandering eye for Bluto. And whenever Bluto actually, and when Bluto did something like damn near rape her or something like that, she always calls for Popeye. Oh, and not to mention the fact that she sometimes humiliate Popeye because he couldn't do what Bluto does. I mean, he tries, but you know, try as he might, he always manages to one-up Popeye in a sense by dirty shenanigans of some sort. And when it comes to, when he finally gets a chance to what she thinks is, you know, so sweet, he turns into a real douchebag or borderline rapist. And, you know, he becomes too forceful. He's like, alright, babe, give me a hug. Alright, let's get to the smooching and, you know, cheesy pickup lines. Ahoy. And what does she do? She calls for Popeye. Every goddamn time. Every goddamn time when, this happens, she always manages to call Popeye, and Popeye always has to go and eat his spinach, get powered up, go out and beat the living shit out of Bluto, and, you know, at the end of the cartoon, she stays with him, and for how long, we can't say. But you just know it's gonna happen time and time and again. You know, almost like Princess Peach. Yes, I do mean it. Like Princess Peach, she always yells, "Help, Mario. Please save me. Help, Mario. Please save me." And all of a sudden, what happens is, here comes Mario. "Oh, here I come, a princess. Here, don't worry, I'm going to save you." And all of a sudden, here comes Bowser, or whoever else is taking the #1 spot from Bowser and saying, "Oh, ha 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 ha, you can't save Peach, Mario. We're gonna throw a lot of shit in your way." And truly, like I said, Olive Oyl is the most fickle woman I've ever seen on TV. I really can't stand fickle women, you know. I really can't stand women who are that goddamn fickle. And I really hope that nobody is offended while I'm actually saying all this. Because if you are, I have to apologize in advance, because really, I'm just speaking truth. I'm just speaking truth. I mean, I've known this from careful observation. Now, another one I mentioned, I forgot what it was. Let's see, it was. I simply forgot. I know there was a Phyllis. There's a Princess Peach. The Princess Peach, Oh, I guess I guess what I could do is also mention the women who know what they want. Like, go say, what could I possibly give as a good example as a woman who knows what she wants? I'll take for instance, any woman that I know from the 80s, I'll take for instance, gosh, I guess in real life I would say Madonna. Now, I remember the last movie that I actually watched, probably the only movie that I ever did. Well, two of the only movies I've ever did watch with her in it was Dick Tracy and A League of Her Own. And the one thing that, some women just don't do is they don't get what they don't get what they want. As far as, a maid is concerned, they act more Phyllis than Madonna. And, yeah, I know, it shouldn't be like that, but I couldn't possibly think of anybody else, character-wise, that can act like that. I mean, if there is somebody else, please let me know in the comments, please. Because right now, I'm just flying off the handle with ideas that are the first thing that's in my brain right now. I mean, I could say Jessica Rabbit, but, Jessica Rabbit and her assets. Yeah, women who know what they want, they should take note from other women who don't know what they want, and they should, teach them. Okay, you should know what you want, how to make yourself happy, or how to make happiness for yourself, become happy or whatnot. I mean, you have to know what you want that makes you happy, Something in this world, you have to really make yourself happy, You have to make your own happiness. And just like I mentioned, you have to accept yourself. Because there's no way in hell anybody's going to accept you if you don't accept yourself. I mean, if there's something you don't like about yourself, then you can do one of two things. You can either accept it and hope for the best, or you can change it to make yourself better. I mean, I think the worst kind of woman is someone like Kim Kardashian, or any so-called reality star that's just doing it just because she can. She's doing all these things because she's a brat. And, I really don't like, I really don't like females like that, Like when I was in high school, I experienced that a lot. And really, I never went out with anybody when I was in high school, because I was too much of a bookworm. Which I could never understand why some women just don't like nerds. I don't see that. I mean, there's some women that just don't like nerds, and I consider myself a nerd. Because guess what? An otaku is just that, a nerd. I mean, that's just me. I'm a nerd. I will admit that. And those who know me, well, know for a fact that I ain't gonna change for shit. I'm gonna speak my mind. If you don't like it, well, that's too goddamn bad. I mean, for me, I am who I am. Just like Popeye, he is who he is. And most importantly, I'm not going to change for anybody. I mean, simply that. I don't care if there's a way. Would you do it for me? If it means I had to change who I am, hell no. I mean, it's hard. It's hard enough being me, but it's harder trying to be someone you're not. Which I find, that's what's wrong with this generation. I feel, there's many people just trying to be something that they're not. Sadly, with this generation, they have to be something, that they're not. They have to be, like, from what most people want to be, they want to be like Michael Jackson. Like, no, you don't want to be like Michael Jackson. I mean, the one thing about him is, he had talent. But what people don't know is that his talent got wasted. Because, when you become rich, it changes not only your lifestyle, but it changes your mindset. And you do stupid things with your riches. And, that's something that... I don't know, it didn't suit me. That's why I never did like Michael Jackson. That's why I won't, I would just say, no, he's not a good role model. I mean, hell, I could say I'm a better role model. Hell, I could say I'm a better role model than him. Or for, like I said, a female role model. Be someone like Maya Angelou. Someone that actually makes a difference from her works. Someone who can become a pioneer in her own time. Especially to the young ladies. I mean, they need someone they can look out for, I could say Oprah or I don't know that many females I really don't know that many females that are in, a positive light. I mean, as far as I know, I don't really follow up on, celebrity gossip and all that. Or, I don't really pay much attention to what's going on in Hollywood anyway. But really, I could also say Michelle Obama. Because she actually speaks out. She's supportive of her husband. And of course, the fact that she's not only First Lady, but, she's a mother. And mothers, of course, mothers are what kept this planet going. I don't care what nobody else says, mothers have kept this planet going. Mothers have really kept this planet going, and, they should really have a medal for what they do. I mean, especially my mom. I mean, believe it or not, my mom is the reason I'm a Let's Player now. That's the you want to know the reason why I'm a Let's Player? It's all because of my mom. My mom taught me how to play taught me how to play Pac-Man. I was beaten by her only because I didn't know the game very well. I was only a kid, but the fact that she beat me only taught me, this is how I learned. This is how I learned, this is how I become better. I mean, she's the only female role model in my life that I can say proudly, yeah, she's the reason why I'm a Let's Player. She's the reason why I do all these games. Because of her. And the reason why I do retro more times than I do modern, she bought me the most... She didn't buy me the most popular game. She bought me the ones she felt, were interesting for me to try out. So I could definitely say it's because of her that it's because of her that's why I'm a Let's Player now. So she really has affected my life in more ways than one. And even though I don't say this enough, even though I really don't say this enough, and I really should, I really have to thank her. And she was also the reason why I'm an author too. My mom has affected my life in more ways than I could imagine, and she is my role model. She is my role model. As strong females go, she is by far the most sweetest woman you've ever met. She has supported me all this time, through the good times and bad. And, really, I can't ask for anything better than, I can't ask for anything better than that. And really, more women should be thankful that they had mothers to actually look out for them. And even if some reason, even if they told them otherwise, you couldn't do this, it was for your own good to do this, why you shouldn't do this and why you shouldn't do that, even if they told you that you had dreams of becoming a singer or a songwriter or whatever, and they told you otherwise, it was for your own good. Just like to the fellas, if your dad told you otherwise, you should get a job and you should do this, and you've been struggling to actually find a job, well, that's the reason why you should be more thankful to your parents. To the guys, it should be more to their fathers. To the women, it should be more inclined to the mothers. I'm not saying that, you should give favor, you should actually favor one over the other, but, I feel, in the interest of fairness, that parents should be given the benefit of the doubt. They've done what they had to do. They told you what they needed. They told you what you should know, what you have to know, and everything in between. as a guy, I'm very supportive toward female. I'm really supportive toward females. That doesn't make me, say, oh well, I I should be more supportive toward females. I'm actually supportive toward anyone who can actually make a difference. If you feel you want to make a difference, hey, you have my support. I'm in your corner, I mean, if there's something that's bugging you and you need somebody to talk about it, hey, I'm there. As a friend, yes, most definitely. If you need to, by all means, go right ahead. You need to cry, do so. It's not going to hurt you. It's not about your pride. You know what you need to do. And I truly mean it, though. I mean, I truly mean it. I am a very, very supportive person in nature. But yeah, I couldn't think of anything. I really couldn't think of anything other than what other type of women are there. It's just. It's just the fact that, some women just need to be told, what they should be more about, especially those with low esteem. Those with low esteem, oh God. Those with low esteem just really need to be around more positive people. Like, really? You wonder why you're so depressed? Consider this. What have you been listening to? What have you been watching? Who have you been listening to? I mean, if you have one of those friends that just tell you, the usual men are dogs, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. It's time for you to get some better friends. If they're not going to give you any kind of moral support, whatever, in your time of need, you need some new friends. Ladies, if you have any so-called friends like that, dump them like a bad habit. I mean, when you have a best friend, that's something. Because best friends are a dime a dozen. I mean, to who I talk to online, and they have the time to, and they share, what happened on their during their days, what's been going on with them. I'm usually the guy who listens. I talk less. I talk more on here. But when it comes to my friends, I listen a lot. And I only say what I need to say when it's totally necessary. Like, I put things in perspective. That's me. I put things in perspective to make them think, okay, I mean, that's how I am. I put things in perspective, so therefore, like, oh, well, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say that. Well, you really shouldn't say that. I mean, really, you really shouldn't say things that you shouldn't really say. Like saying men are dogs, or women are bitches. I mean, you shouldn't even say that. I mean, to call a woman out of her name, saying, "Oh, this woman's a bitch. This woman's a hoe." I mean, the way it is like this. If they hurt you, or they treated you less than who you are, then by all means, call them that. I mean, I was married once. And I know I mentioned this, but the thing was when I was married, I didn't know that she was seeing someone behind my back. I don't know, and here's the thing: I didn't know why she invited her exes, or her ex. I think it's her ex over to her house, and I was like the trophy husband, and and expected me to get along with him, and like it makes me feel like, okay, so it's the same thing. It's the same thing I feel towards anyone who just says, "Oh, well, this person's so nice," especially if I happen to know this person. I mean, I'm the kind of guy who actually worries about, if I had done something wrong. The reason why is because I've been hurt before. But unlike the others, unlike other guys, I'm a nice guy. I feel that, that certain people deserve a second chance, and they shouldn't feel like, oh well, there's no hope. They shouldn't feel like, oh, there's no hope. I'm not worth the time. I'm not worth this. I'm not worth this or that. I say in that remark, yes, you are. I mean, you're worth looking for. I mean, the thing, like I mentioned to one of my subs, or to some guy, I think it's a sub, I'm not sure. But what I mentioned was he was sharing his little story about, he had met a girl one time that he couldn't convey his feelings to. And I just said, if she's like that, then it's probably best you didn't do that. Because, you set yourself up for heartbreak and humiliation. And it's kind of hard to get over humiliation like that. I mean, I think that's what makes certain guys so feminine and gay. Whereas the same thing that would happen to women that would turn into, lesbians. They've been hurt so much, so they feel, they need the camaraderie and perhaps a potential love interest within their own gender. So, that's what I honestly feel. So I can never understand why in that community are they being looked down like that? They're people too. And they deserve happiness, Whether it's within your own group, your own gender, it doesn't matter. Everybody deserves a right to be happy. And I feel, there's somebody for everybody, as the old saying goes. I totally agree. There's always somebody for everybody. sometimes you just gotta stop looking. Don't always do the searching. I feel, this is something I always heard in my church, but, stand up and be counted. You know who you are, so it's not like, well, maybe I should do this. Or maybe I should do that. I'm like, the thing is this, don't try to make yourself all that big. Just be yourself. And like I mentioned before, that's what I feel is wrong with this generation now. Nobody can't be honest with themselves. Because they might be too brutally honest. Me, I'm a blunt person. I'm going to say what it is I'm going to say. Now, whether you can take it, that's on you. Otherwise, take into consideration what I'm saying in this video. Don't just say, oh, nice video. No, just take into consideration what I'm saying. Self-acceptance. I mean, some women, they need to learn that. Especially those who, think, oh, I don't like this guy because, he's this and he's that. It's like if I wasn't with anyone and I was on a dating scene and some woman were to look at me that way, I would go up to her and say, well, you know what? You're no better rose either. Because some women who think, status is going to make the man come to you. Status ain't going to do jack shit. Status is just, something that is a real big problem. It's like, what should matter is, whether you like the guy or gal, if you are lesbian. And if the fact remains that, you like this person, you should tell them. You should really tell them, I really think you're a very nice person, and would you like to do such and such? I mean, sometimes in the videos that I do, and I always say this sometimes, I wonder if anybody is actually listening to the entirety of the video instead of just, zipping from one point to the other. And I know that, there are people out there that are like that. They would actually just, skip in certain parts. Because, oh, this is an old game. Oh, this is an old game. Oh, I remember this game. And like I said, I kind of wonder about that. Even I wonder from my own sub base. I wonder about that. When I do videos like these, I wonder sometimes. So yeah, I am that kind of person that, I'm uncertain. I know my feelings, but I'm uncertain about, if I'm doing something right or wrong. I'm not sure. Now, like I said, I prefer feedback than you do this too much and you try harder. I can only do the best I can. If there's nothing I can say, then, that's just it. I mean, sometimes sometimes it's like that, you know? There's nothing you can say. But, you know, you want feedback sometimes. I mean, I want feedback sometimes. It's just like with feelings. You want to convey your feelings. You want to know. You want to know if that person cares about you the same way you care about them, or if they love you the same way. So, as I'm winding down to what seems to be the last area of the second quest of this game, because yes, this is what I'm playing, the second quest, as I'm using this as a Valentine's Day video for the ladies. If you have any story in mind that you want to share as a comment, or you know, you want to tell me something else, feel free to. I mean, I may not be a woman myself, but I can understand and somehow relate to certain issues. Not all issues, but certain issues. The ones I'm actually good at understanding to the best of my ability. Now, you still want to know why I picked this game? Well, you'd be surprised to figure out what this main character really is. I mean, out of all the ideas that came in my head, if anything didn't pop up by the time I decided just to do this video, I was going to do Valis. I was going to do Sid of Valis. But I figured, no. I can do so much better. And like I said, you know, if you're looking for, you know, someone perfect, I'm sorry, I'm not it. I'm a simple and humble gamer. Not to mention an accomplished author who's still trying to sell his own books. And I can only do what I can, when I can, however I can. I mean, as simple as that. But the morale of this video is, to the ladies, just be happy with who you are. Don't try to change for nobody unless you feel it necessary for yourself to change. I mean, it's all about acceptance. To me, that's what it is. It's all about acceptance. And every person on this planet should know how to accept. Oh, and on top of that, you know, I'm not only just, you know, a Let's Player and an accomplished author, but I also am someone who has a disability. So if that proves to be a problem, then I truly do pity you. Because if you can't accept somebody who has a disability, then the next person you call a cripple, just think about it. Or a retard. Maybe you yourself might be crippled by your own ignorance and ego. Because of the ugliness inside your own heart. Because trust me, there's nothing more uglier than the evil of someone's heart. That dark side. And I don't mean like emo. I mean true darkness. So dark that even the person who has this problem can't even stand looking at themselves. They just can't. So with that, this is done. And of course, so am I. I am done here. I mean, anything else I had to say? I don't know. No, I really don't know. I don't know what else to say. I mean, for God's sakes. So, as I wind this video up, to those who have somebody, please take care of them. Treat them the way they should be treated. Yeah, I mean, if you really have somebody that you truly love, then don't treat them just one day. It should be every day. Whether you're mad, whether you're not feeling good, whether you're just having a bad day or whatnot, Give them a little smile. Give them a hug. And just tell them how much you appreciate them being there through all the good times and bad. And to those who are single, don't give up hope. Just like I said to the fellas, don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. Don't be so hard on yourself. And, you know, I mean, it's bound to happen. If you're not in love, then don't give up on love. But just keep doing what you're doing. And you're bound to find it. And you're bound to find true happiness. And behold, mission is complete. The game is over. Now, I don't know about being the greatest player, but I do my best. So, this ends my Valentine's Day special for the ladies. And I have been the Tenkaichi of Gaming, Pookie SE7. And stay safe, be blessed, and Tenkai Musa. See you next time.